All right, so an issue I've run into so far is that the ground is pretty frozen solid, so I'm kind of destroying these. Next time I would definitely get something a little stronger, maybe like one of the actual nails or something. This is like aluminum. So since I didn't bring the proper stakes, I'm using this to drill in. This isn't exactly, you know, off-grid backcountry, but it does the job. So I was originally gonna cook on this with my cast iron, but I decided instead to cook on a rocket stove. I'm gonna just burn this now because it's a new one and I wanna go ahead and make sure that there's nothing, no residue on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and burn it now, let it burn itself out. Go ahead and start cooking. I got a steak and some avocados, but I'm not gonna cook the avocados, I'll just eat those. The sun's setting, it's almost 5 o'clock. Sun will probably be down over those mountains. I'll go ahead and let this burn out and get dinner started soon. All right, so I'm back in the tent. It is pretty damn warm in here. This little separate room here, which is really nice. You know, just in case, I do have my carbon monoxide detector. I also have this to keep the fire going, but I will not be burning this fire all night. My plan is to burn the stove until I'm really ready to go to bed, kind of pack it up, ready to go. And then just because it is my, you know, first night out here and it's very cold, I have this back here which will run my heated blanket inside of my -30 bag. I might be fine with just the -30 bag, but I'm going to use this just in case. I'm sure over time I will get better at this, but this is my first time hot tent camping, and so far it's been interesting. I mean, this takes a lot longer to set up than my, you know, rooftop tent. The rooftop tent takes a couple seconds. I'm ready to go. Use a diesel heater or a, you know, just the heated blanket works fine in there. But this is definitely a whole different kind of category. I mean, it's a little bit smaller in here. Once this fire dies, that'll pretty much be it. I'll start it back up in the morning. Now, I'm sure if you're watching this and you're an avid hot tent camper, you're probably upset with me because I didn't do something right. It is a learning process and I'm trying to learn it now. And then I'll add some of these little pieces of wood in there, let it burn until, you know, that burns out, and then I'll be relying on the thermal blanket. It's pretty cold tonight. I wasn't expecting to get it this cold. I've definitely camped in way colder. I trust this -30 bag, this thermal, and worst case scenario, if I need to, I will start this fire back up. So I had to switch because my camera was shutting down for some reason. But this is my -30 bag. I felt probably pretty comfortable with this, but I am very glad that I had my blanket here because I stayed very warm. I did not wake up once from cold. You can see there's ice on the inside of that. So once I put this away, I'll have to let it dry out. But the stove is here. That kept me warm until whenever it went out. So I still had leftover firewood over there that I could have used this morning, but I just decided not to. This is the entrance, one of the entrances over here. The other entrance is directly behind me. But That's my main entrance right there. You can get in that door and that door. I kept my lantern up here. It has a little hook on the top. And I did keep a fire extinguisher in there just in case. I definitely did not need that. So once I figure out what's going on with my camera here, I will show you guys what putting this thing away is like. That's what the inside of this hot tent is like. And for the most part, kept me very warm. I mean, there's definitely ice on pretty much everything in here, which is probably why my camera isn't working right now. All right. I will definitely be changing these out. This is pretty tough, but you can see down here, this ground is, that's the ground there. So the fact that I was trying to put these aluminum stakes that are made for, you know, being ultra light into the solid ground kind of doesn't really make sense. So for backpacking, I think they'd be fine, but I'm not a backpacker. So I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade to something a little bit heavier so I can really hammer those in. Drilling into ice and then putting a stake in there is very secure. So I am, you know, bending them as I pull them out. I would say hot tent camping, this is one of those situations where I had a big ego and I thought, oh, I know how to camp. I've been doing it for a long time. So this should be really easy. But yeah, this frozen stake, the stakes in the frozen ground just wasn't it for me. I got it up, so it obviously wasn't impossible, but yeah, this frozen ground is just brutal.